Have you ever felt a sudden, inexplicable presence in an empty room, a feeling that you weren't entirely alone? Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that you woke up with the unshakable conviction that a loved one who has passed away was just there with you? For centuries, this question has haunted humanity. Do the deceased watch over the living? It's a question that lives in the deepest parts of our grief, our hope, and our fear. We yearn for a connection that seems impossible, and yet, our hearts and our minds often tell us otherwise. The fear of being truly gone and forgotten is as powerful as our desire to believe that those we love continue to exist, somehow, somewhere. Today, we're not going to dive into ghost stories or religious dogmas. We're going to explore this profound mystery through a lens that is both scientific and deeply spiritual. The groundbreaking work of the great Swiss psychiatrist, Carl Jung. Jung spent a lifetime exploring the boundaries between the conscious and unconscious mind, the physical and the spiritual, the visible and the invisible. He didn't just dismiss these experiences as mere fantasy. Instead, he proposed a psychological framework that offers a powerful and deeply moving answer to this age-old question. This isn't about spooky apparitions. It's about a profound, enduring connection that transcends the physical world and continues to exist within a realm that is far more real and interconnected than we often imagine. The first key to understanding Jung's perspective is to grasp his most revolutionary concept, the collective unconscious. This is not just a personal unconscious mind filled with your own repressed memories and desires. It is a shared psychic ocean, a universal database of human experience, archetypes, and primordial images that connects all of us, living and dead. Think of it like a cosmic Wi-Fi network, a field of energy and information to which every human being who has ever lived has been connected. Jung believed that we are all, in some deep, unconscious way, connected to each other, a single species with a shared psychological heritage. When a person dies, their individual consciousness, what Jung called the ego, dissolves, but their psyche, their essence, all the love, the memories, the wisdom, and the pain doesn't just vanish. It returns to this collective unconscious, becoming a permanent part of the vast, eternal tapestry of human experience. So, from this perspective, the deceased don't watch us in the way a person watches a movie. Instead, their essence continues to exist within the same psychic field we are all a part of, an eternal presence that is always, in some form, with us. The second part of the answer lies in the phenomenon of synchronicity. Jung defined synchronicity not as a random stroke of luck, but as a meaningful coincidence of an outer event with an inner psychological state. It's that moment when you are thinking intensely of a long-lost friend, and they call you moments later. Jung believed that the universe is not just a collection of random, chaotic events, but a meaningful, interconnected whole. When we are consumed by grief, when our thoughts are dominated by a loved one who has passed, we are creating an intense psychological state. Jung would argue that this intense psychic energy can create a synchronous evented dream that feels more real than life. A specific song playing on the radio, an object appearing seemingly out of nowhere that serves as a real, if non-physical, connection with the essence of the person who has passed on. It's not the deceased watching us from a cloud, but rather a meaningful connection occurring across the barrier of life and death, facilitated by the deep psychic bonds that exist between people. These are not random occurrences. They are moments when the collective unconscious is communicating with us, using the language of symbols and coincidence to offer a message, a sense of peace, or a moment of connection. The third, and perhaps most intimate, element is the process of integration. Jung believed that when we lose someone, their psyche doesn't just disappear. Instead, a part of their essence, their mannerisms, the lessons they taught us, the love they gave us becomes a permanent, integrated part of our own inner world. The spirit of the deceased lives on within us, in our unconscious. When we feel their presence, it can be a deeply profound experience of our own unconscious mind bringing the memory and essence of that person to the forefront. It's the psyche of the deceased, now a part of the collective unconscious, being reflected back to us through our own psychological processes. This isn't an illusion, it's a real, psychological and spiritual process of integration, a way for our souls to continue the dialogue with those we have lost. This is especially true in the world of dreams. Jung saw dreams as a direct window into the unconscious. When the deceased appear in our dreams, it's often not just a simple memory. It's the unconscious mind using their image as a powerful symbol to communicate a message about our own life, our grief, or a lesson they represent. The person in the dream might be a stand-in for an archetype, like the wise old man or the nurturing mother, offering us guidance or a perspective we need in our waking life. Through these dreams, the deceased continue to speak to us, not through words, but through the rich, symbolic language of the unconscious mind. This is an ongoing relationship, a conversation that never truly ends, but simply changes its form. So, to answer the question, Jung would say that the deceased do not watch us in a literal, ego-driven sense. That would be an anthropocentric idea that reduces the infinite nature of the soul to a mere observer. Instead, their essence, their psyche, their love, and their memory continue to exist and interact with us on a much deeper, more profound level. They are not ghosts observing us from a distance. They are a part of the greater psychic field to which we are all connected. They are a part of our own unconscious, continuing to guide us, inspire us, and comfort us through synchronistic events and the deep work of our own psyches. This view is not just a comfort. It is a powerful call to live more consciously, to pay attention to the subtle synchronicities of the universe, and to listen to the wisdom that comes from within. It suggests that our relationships don't truly end with death. They simply transform, continuing to exist in a deeper, more profound way within the shared ocean of the human soul. And in that understanding, we find a powerful, enduring sense of peace that is not based on wishful thinking, but on a deep, timeless truth about the interconnected nature of life and consciousness itself. Our loved ones are not gone. They have simply changed their address to a place inside of us, and inside of everything